Hello guys, welcome to another video. This one is paper 1-1 of May-June 2012. So let's move on to question number 1. So sketch the graph of y is equal to 2x minus 5 modulus of that, showing the coordinates of the point where the graph meets the axis. So let's do that. So the way we can do this is pretty easy. So let's find out where does it meet the axis. So at x-axis, as you know, the value of y is 0. So let's do that. So you will have y is 0, that will be 2x minus 5, so 2x is equal to 5, so x is equal to 2.5. So let's say about here 2.5. That is the point where it meets the x-axis. Now at the y-axis, the value of x is 0, so you will have y is equal to 2 times 0 minus 5. That will be minus 5, but the value is inside of modulus, so that will be positive 5. Will be about here at the y-axis. Now, we just have to connect them. So let's use a different color. So your line will look like this. And now, so the question is, what does modulus mean? Modulus means the line cannot go below 0. It always has to be on top. So we have to do exactly almost like a reflection. So let's see where it could be. So here we have 2, that should be 2, about 5, approximately about here. So we have to join that on this side. So your graph will look something like this for this modulus graph. So you have to show where it cut your y-axis and your x-axis. That is part 1. Now for part 2, solve this equation. So how would you solve this? Step by step. So we have 2x minus 5. First one is equal to plus 3. Or it can be 2x minus 5 is equal to minus 3. So 2x is equal to 8. X is equal to 4. 2x is equal to 2. X is equal to 1. So you have two values of x, 1 and 4. That is your question number 1. Now let's move on to question number 2. The expression is divisible by this. So this is the factor. If you equate this to 0, that will be x is equal to minus 2, which means for the value of x equal to minus 2, this expression is equal to 0 because it is divisible by this. Now for this one, it leaves a remainder of this when it is divided by this. So same thing, 2x minus 1 equates to 0. X is equal to half. So when x is equal to half, the value of this expression becomes minus 35. So let's solve this part by part. So first one is, let's call this let f of x equal to your expression 2x cubed plus ax squared plus bx minus 30. Now, we say when this is divided by this, it is divisible, means that there's no remainder. It is equal to 0. So, as you can see here, x is equal to minus 2. So, f of minus 2, that should be 2 minus 8 plus a times 4 minus 2b minus 30. It should give you 0 because it is divisible for this factor. Now let's just solve this one. Let's see what do we have. We will have minus 16 plus 4a minus 2b minus 30 is equal to 0. Now we have 4a minus 2b is equal to 30 plus 16. So 4a minus 2b is equal to 46. Now we can divide by 2 everywhere. You will have 2a minus b is equal to 23. Now b is equal to 2a minus 23. That is your equation number 1. Now for equation number 2, we have to look at this one. Leaves a remainder of this when divided by this, where x is equal to half. So pretty easy. Same steps. Now it is x equal to half. You will have 2 half power 3 plus a half power 2 plus b half minus 30. That should give you a remainder of minus 35. Now we can simplify this. You will have 2 1 over 8 plus a times 1 over 4 plus b times 1 over 2 is equal to minus 35. We send this here, become minus 5. Now simplify. That will be 1 over 4. So we have 1 over 4 plus a over 4 plus b over 2. So one thing we can do here is, if you want to get rid of the fraction bottom part, let's multiply everywhere by 4. So you will have 1 plus a plus 2b equal to minus 20. Now let's simplify. You'll become a plus 2b is minus 21. That is your equation number 2. Now we can replace b in b right here. Let's see what do we have. It will become a plus 2b is 2a minus 23 is equal to minus 21. Now if we simplify this, you will have a plus 4a minus 46 is equal to minus 21. That will be 5a is equal to what? Minus 21 plus 46. What is that? That will be 25. So 25. So a is equal to 25 divided by 5. That should be 5. Now from this, let's find the value of b. So b is equal to what? 2a, which is 2 times 5 minus 23. 10 minus 23, that will be minus 13. So here you go. The value of a is 5 and b is minus 13. That is your question number 2. Now let's move on to question number 3. So find the set of values of k for which this line cuts this curve at 2 distinct points. So whenever you see 2 distinct points, you have to know we have to use b squared minus 4ac is more than 0. We have to use this inequality. But first we have to solve simultaneously. This is why we can replace. You will have 2x plus k is equal to x squared plus kx plus 5. Now let's set everything to one side. You will have x squared plus kx minus 2x plus 5 minus k is equal to 0. Now we have x squared plus k minus 2 x plus 5 minus k is equal to 0. Now if you observe, the value of a is 1, b is k minus 2, and c is 5 minus k. So here we have to find b squared minus 4ac. So b squared is k minus 2 squared minus 4 times a times c is more than 0. Let's simplify this. That will be k squared minus 4k plus 4 minus 20 plus 4k is more than 0. So these two will cancel out. You will have k squared minus 16 is more than 0. So from this we can find the critical values. So critical values you have to equate to 0. So k squared is equal to 16. K is plus minus root of 16, which is plus minus 4. So you have two values of k. K is equal to minus 4 or k is equal to 4. Now to find the set of values of k, we have to look at the graph. So since it is positive k, the graph will look like this. Right. Now this will be minus 4 and this will be 4. And now we're trying to find where this equation is more than 0. So that is your line 0. More than 0 will be above this line. So it will be on this side and on this side, right? So that is only possible when k is less than -4 or when k is more than 4. So they will be your set of values of k for which this is true. And that is your question number 3. Now let's move on to question number 4. Arrangements containing 5 letters of the word amplitude are to be made. So amplitude, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 letters, and all are different. We have to choose 5 letters from those. So part 1, find the number of 5 letter arrangements if there is no restrictions. So pretty easy. From the 9 we have to permutate 5. That is one way of doing that. 9 permutate 5. That will be 15120. So now, if you don't know how to do this, you can always make 5 space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we have these letters. We have A, M, P, L, I, T, U, D, E. Now for the first place, for the first place, we can choose any letters. So we have 9 options. Let's say we choose A. Now for this one we have 8 options. Let's say we choose M. For this one we have 7 options. Let's say we choose P. And 6, let's say we choose L. And 5, let's say we choose I. Now it'll be this time this, time this, time this. 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5. That should be the same value. So this is 2 ways of doing the same question. That should give you the same answer. Okay. Now for part 2, find the number of 5 letter arrangements which starts with an A and ends with the E. So let's write down the letters A, M, P, L, I, T, U, D, E. So we have only one A and we have only one E. And we have to choose 5 from them. So 1, 2, 4, 5. It has to start with an A. It has to end with an E. Okay? So once we put them here, we can just forget about them. So we just have to arrange these 3 with the remaining letters. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 remaining. So from 7, you can permutate 3. That will be 7 P, sorry, that should be 210. 210 will be your answer for part 2. Or you can write this. So let's say, so basically same way we did this one. So remaining letters we have 7. So for this one we have 7 choice. You write 7. And then we have 6 choice and then times 5. 7 times 6 times 5, that should give you the same answer. That will be 210 for part 2. Now moving on to part B. Tickets for a concert are given out randomly to a class of 20 students. So we have 20 students. No students is given more than 1 ticket, and there are 15 tickets. Okay. Now part 1, find the number of ways in which this can be done. So pretty easy. From the 20 students, we choose 15 students to get the tickets. That will be 20, choose 15. That will be 15,504. So 15,504 will be the total number of ways. That is the first question. Now for part 2. This one is interesting. So there are 12 boys and 8 girls in a class. Find the number of different ways in which 10 boys and 5 girls get the ticket. Pretty easy. From the 12 boys we choose 10, and from the 8 girls we choose 5. So 12 choose 10 times 8 choose 5. That should be 3696. And the last one will be all the boys get the ticket. So from the 12 boys we choose 12 times from the 8 girls we choose remaining 3. So 12 choose 12 is just 1 times 3 choose 3. So 8 choose 3. That will be 5, 6. So this one I may have a little doubt. Let's double check. So what other ways are possible? So there are 12 boys and 8 girls in the class, so we have to find the number of ways in which 10 boys and 5 girls get the ticket. So yeah, that will be the only way, because from the 12 boys we choose 10 and from the 8 girls we choose 5. That will be your answer for part 2. Okay, that will be question number 4. Now question number 5, find the equation of the tangent to the curve y at the point where the curve crosses the x-axis. So we have to find the point first. You have to find the point. You would say at y-axis the value of x is equal to 0. So y is equal to 0 plus 4, that is 4. So the point is 0, 4. Right. Now let's see what is possible. We have to find tangent. So we have to find the gradient of tangent to, so m of tangent. To find that, we have to find dy by dx. That is equal to 3x squared plus 4x minus 3. So we have to replace the value of x by 0 to find the, so when x is equal to 0, d by dx is equal to what? 0, 0 can become minus 3. So we have gradient of tangent is equal to minus 3, and we have a point which is 0, 4. We can find the equation. That will be x, y. So that will be y minus 4 over x is equal to minus 3 over 1. Cross multiply, you will have y minus 4 is equal to minus 3x. Y is equal to minus 3x plus 4. Okay, that will be your answer for part 1. Now for part 2 is find the coordinates of the point where this tangent meet the curve again. So the tangent has equation y is equal to minus 3x plus 4, and the curve has y equal to x power 3 plus 2x squared minus 3x plus 4. Now we can replace those two. Let's see what we have. You will have minus 3x plus 4 equal to x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3x plus 4. So as you can see, these two will be cancelled out, minus 3, 4, 4. So you will end up with x cubed plus 2x squared is equal to 0. Now you can take out the value of x squared. You will have x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now x squared is equal to 0, or x plus 2 is equal to 0. X is 0. So this, we have this already because here we have the point x is 0, so we don't need this one, but we need this one. X is equal to minus 2. Now what is the value of y? Y will be minus 3 times minus 2 plus 4. Replace right here, you will have 6 plus 4, that will be 10. So the other point will be minus 2 and 10. Okay, that will be your answer for part 2 of question number 5. Okay, let's move on to question number 6. So given that we have this equation, show this equal to this. So what do you know about cos square and sin square? So first thing you know, based on the on our formula sheet, as you can see here, we know sin square a plus cos square a is supposed to give you 1, right? You know this. So what would you say is, what is 7 equal to? 7 is equal to 7 times 1. And what is 1? As you have seen, 1 is equal to sin square theta plus cos square theta. So replace back, you will have 15 cos square theta plus 2 sin square theta is equal to 7 times 1 is sin square theta plus cos square theta. So you will have 15 cos square theta plus 2 sin square theta equal to 7 sin square theta plus 7 cos square theta. Now we can simplify. We send cos to one side and sin to one side. You will have 15 minus 7, that will be 8 cos square theta is equal to 5 sine square theta. Now we have to divide, we have to send cos over here. You will have sine square theta divided by cos square theta. We have 5 here. It is equal to 8. Now sine square theta divided by cos square theta, that is equal to tan square theta. So tan square theta is equal to 8 over 5. This is shown as required right here. Now for part 2, we have to solve this one for theta between 0 and pi radians. So let's solve that. Since we know this is equal to this, we know this already. So we have to find tan theta will be plus minus root of 8 over 5. So for the first value, it will be tan theta will be equal to minus this over 5. So when tan is negative, it is in your second quadrant and in your fourth quadrant. This is pi minus theta, and this is 2 pi minus theta. Okay, now let's find the value of the positive theta. So positive theta, let's call this one, let's call it this one. That will be tan inverse of the positive value. Let's see what we get. So root of 8 divided by 5. That will be tan inverse of that. You will see that will be 0.902. So we have to find this theta. That will be equal to, first one is pi minus answer. That should be 2.24, or it can be 2 pi minus 0.902. 5.38. So two options for now. Now other value we can have is tan theta is equal to positive over 5. So when tan is positive, it has to be in your first quadrant and in your third quadrant. This is your value of this, and this is plus, right? Now as you have seen, this value here is equal to 0.902. So here theta is equal to this, so is equal to 0.902, and then equal to this one, which is pi plus that. So pi plus 0.902, that will be 4.04. So what is this value here? Let's see, pi is equal to 3.142. So now we have to check if these values are in this range or not. If it is outside or inside. So by verifying, you see that this value is outside and this value is outside. So we only have two possible solutions for theta. Theta is 0.902 and 2.24. That will be your answer for question number 6. Now let's move on to question number 7. So for this one, we have a set of values of x and y for the variables x and y, right? Now by plotting a suitable straight line graph, show that y and x are related by this equation. Okay, so basically we have to get a straight line from this equation. So first thing is, how does a straight line look like? You would say the equation look like y equal to mx plus c. When x is drawn again x, you get a straight line like this, okay, where m is the gradient. So we have to try to express this in this form. So right now we have y equal to ax plus bx squared. So what we can do here, we can divide by x everywhere. You will have y over x is equal to bx plus a, which looks a lot like this with your y is here, equal to mx plus c. So basically we have to draw a graph of, this is this, a graph of y over x against x. So we have this as your gradient and this as your y-intercept. So let's do that. So we have to find the value of y over x. So y over x. So let's say 2.5 divided by 1, that is 2.5. 4.5 divided by 3, that should be 1.5. And then we have 0 divided by 6, that will be 0. Minus 2. And we have minus 54 divided by 14, that will be minus 4. Okay, so these are the values of y divided by x, and we have the values of x that we need right here. So let's plot a graph of this against this. So this will be on your y-axis, and this is on your x-axis. So we have this graph given to us. Your y-axis will be as your y divided by x. So we have also to find the scale that is good for this one. So label this as your y divided by x. You have values from 0 to, so 2.5 to minus 4. Okay, so we have, let's take 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and minus 4. So let's take 0 here. So that will be, let's take minus 4 here. Let's take minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now this is for your y-axis. Now for your x. So basically from this point you're supposed to receive to get a straight line. So if you have a curve, it is not a good answer. So you need to have a straight line from the points that you just calculated. Now for this one, it is still your x, because here it is x, it will be still your x-axis. Now we have to find the values. X is from 1 till 14. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. Okay, so let's plot the points now. So the first point we have is 1, 2.5. So 1, 2.5 is right here. Then we have 3, 1.5. That will be right here. Then we have 0, that will be, 6 will be 0. Then we have 10 will be minus 2. And then we have 14 should be minus 4 right here. Okay, so as you can see, it looks like a straight line. So from this point till this point. So let's join that, form a straight line. So if you see a straight line, it means that your answer must be good for this part, because that's what the graph wants you to draw, a straight line. Also make sure that you can cut your y-axis to find your intercept. Okay, so that will be the part 1. Now let's find where is part 2. Okay, part 2 says use the graph to find your value of a and b. So pretty easy. The equation that we have was y over x is equal to bx plus a. A is your y-intercept. As you can see, it is 3. So from here you have a is equal to 3. Now to find the value of b, which is a gradient, you can use 2 points, or you can just use a point. Let's do that. Let's find a point, which is this point, 6, 0. So by using a point on your line, 6, 0, that is x, and this is y over x according to your graph, right? That will be, replace back, you will have 0 is equal to b times 6 plus 3. So 6b is equal to minus 3. So b is equal to minus half. So here you go, a is 3 and b is minus half. Okay, that will be your question number 7. Now moving on to question number 8. So we have to solve this equation. So just know that log means log of base 10. Okay, so let's simplify this. So we have log x, we have 2 here, we send 2 on top, minus log of 5x plus 60 equal to 1. Now we can simplify this. When you have a minus, minus becomes divide. So you have 5x plus 60 equal to 1. Now we have to send log over here. So basically solve that log. So when you send log to the other side, now log is base of 10. When you send this to the other side, it becomes 10 power 1. Okay, so you will have 10 here, which is 10, right? We have to cross multiply, become x squared, 10 times 5x plus 60. Now we have to expand, so 10 squared equal to 50x plus 600. Now we send everything to one side. X squared minus 50x minus 600 is equal to 0. Now we have to factorize. That is x times x. 60 is what? You would say 60 is... So sorry, it's 600 is what? What can we... how can we solve this? So we can divide by 30. That will be 20. So would that be possible or no? Let's see if that's good or no. So it will not be factorizable with that because here we have minus, it should be plus. But hey, if we don't find this, what can we do is we can use your formula, because with formula you're guaranteed to find a solution. Okay, so basically x is equal to minus b plus minus root of b squared minus 4 times a times c. That is 70. So, sorry, this should give you 4900. All this divided by 2a, which is 2, plus minus of 70 divided by 2. So x is equal to what? So let's see, 600 divided by, no, it's not possible, sorry. So 50 plus 70 divided by 2, that should be 60 for one answer. And then you have 50 minus 70 divided by 2, that should be minus 10 for the other answer. So this was a pretty simple factorization. It is also pretty easy. So 600 is what? It is 60 times 10. So we can put 60 here and 10 here. To get minus 50 has to be minus 60 plus 10. So x is equal to 60, x is equal to minus 10. But hey, if you don't want to think, if you don't want to try, you can always just use your formula to find your answer directly, right? So in this case you have two values for x, but you have to choose because we have logarithm. So log of something negative was not possible, so you can only choose one value. X is 60. That is your answer for part A. Now for part B, solve this equation. So let's see what can we do. Here the first thing you realize is that they have different base. So we have to make them have the same base, okay? So let's convert this to base of 5. So log of y, 5, can be changed to log base of 5, 5, and log base of 5, y. So you will have this. Replace back, you will have log base of 5y equal to 4 times log of base of 5, 5 divided by log of base of 5y. Now this becomes 1. Log of base 5 to 5 is 1. So basically anything log of base anything to the same thing, it is equal to 1. So just as you know. So this become 1. So you will have, to cross multiply, you will have log base of 5y times the same thing, that will become square, equal to 4. Now from this you will have log base of 5y equal to plus minus 2, right? When you do the square root for now. Now what else? So we have to solve. So we have two values. Log of base 5y is equal to plus 2, or it can be equal to minus 2. So we have to send this one over here. Y will be 5 power 2. That will be 25, or it can be 5 power minus 2. That will be 1 over 25. So these two will be your answer for this question. 25 or 1 over 25. That is your question number 8. Okay, so let's move on to question number 9. So the values, find the values of the positive constant p and q such that in the binomial expansion of this one, the coefficient of x power 5 is this, and the coefficient of x power 3 is 6 times the coefficient of this. Okay, so we can just find them specifically, right? So we have to expand this, and first thing we have to find is the coefficient of x power 5. So if you want to expand, that will be 10, choose something for the first term, and then qx. Now to find the term in x power 5, this has to be 5. If this is 5, this will be 5, and this will be 10 minus 5 is 5. So 10 choose 5 is what? 10 choose 5 is 252. That will be p power 5. That will be q power 5, x power 5. And this is supposed to give you 252 x power 5. So comparing the coefficient, this is equal to this, which means 252 p power 5 q power 5 is supposed to give you 252. So these two can cancel out. You will have p power 5 q power 5 is equal to 1. That is your equation number 1. Okay. Now next one is we have to find this, the coefficient of x power 3. So we have p plus qx 10. So we have to 10 choose something. For the first term is p, and we have qx. Now to get x power 3, there should be 3 here. If this is 3, there should be 3 here as well. 10 minus 3 will be 7. So you will have what? 10 choose 3, that is 120. Times p power 7 is p7. And then times q power 3, x power 3. So the coefficient of x power 3 is only the part which is in front. So we have 120, p7, and q3. Now the next one is, it is 6 times the coefficient of this. So we have to find this as well, right? So let's do that. So we have the same thing, p plus qx power 10. So that will be 10. Choose something for the first term and second term, right? Now forget to get the 10 power 2. Sorry, to get x power 2, here we need to have 2 here, right? And if this is 2, that will be 2 as well. So 10 minus 2, that will be 8. So now what is 10 choose 2? 10 choose 2, that will be 45. 45 times p power 8 times q power 2 times x squared. Now the coefficient of x squared is only this part. So from here we can form a new equation which says the coefficient of x cubed is 6 times the coefficient of x squared. So let's write this down. So basically this one, 120 p power 7 q power 3 is equal to 6 times this one. Okay, so let's simplify. So if you divide by 6 everywhere, you will have 6 goes away. This will be 20. Divide by 5, you will have 9. Here you will have 4. Okay, now q can go away. Q square, you have 1 here. And this can go away, you will have 1 here. So if you compare, you will have 4 times q is equal to 9 times p. That is what's remaining. So now we have 2 equations. This is number 2. So let's rewrite the equation together. So first equation is p power 5 q power 5 is equal to 1. So from this, what we can do is, if you can just write this down as this power 5 is equal to 1, which means PQ is equal to 1. That is my equation number 1. Then I have this one, which is 4Q is equal to 9P. Okay, now so what can we do here is we can make P the subject of formula for this one, becomes 1 over Q. Replace P in P here. You will have 4Q equal to 9. P is 1 over Q. Now we can cross multiply. You will have Q square is equal to 9. Now Q square is equal to 9 over 4. Now Q is equal to square root of 9 over 4. So it says we only have to take the positive value of these two. So take the positive value, that will be equal to 3 over 2. So from this, the value of P will be 1 over 3 over 2, which is 2 over 3. So we have the two values. P is 2 over 3. Q is 3 over 2. So these are the values of P and Q for question number 9. Now let's move on to question number 10. Variables x and y are such that we have this equation. You have to find dy by dx. So dy by dx, pretty easy. So for exponential, it is pretty simple. You always have to write the same thing, and then you have to multiply by the differentiation of the power. So differentiation of 2x is just 2. Now plus, write the same thing, differentiate of the power, that will be minus 2. So you have 2 e to x exponential, minus 2 exponential power 2x. That will be dy by dx. Now for part 2, by using this substitution, find the value of y when this is equal to 3. Okay, so let's see. If dy by dx is equal to 3, let's see what do we have. We have 2 e to x, which is minus this. This is your dy by dx equal to 3. Now we have to substitute this by u. So you have 2. So 2. This becomes u minus 2. And if it is negative, you bring it down, it will become positive. Right? Equal to 3. Now you have to multiply by u to eliminate this u. So multiply by u everywhere. You will have 2 u square minus 2 equal to 3u. So 2u square minus 3u minus 2 is equal to 0. Now let's factorize. That is 2u times u. U is, 2 is 2 times 1. To get minus 3 has to be minus 4 plus 1. Now u is equal to minus half and u is equal to 2. So you have to find the value of x. So u is this one. E to x is equal to minus half, which is not going to be possible because 2x will be ln of half. So log cannot be negative, so that will be invalid for this one. So we have to use this one. So e power 2x is equal to, let's write this down. E power 2x is 2. So we have to replace this one back in your equation to find the value of y. So if e power 2x is half, we have y is equal to, so I don't have 2. So it is 2, not half, sorry. Replace back here, you will have 2 plus 1 over 2. That should be 2.5. So from this, y is equal to 2.5. Okay. I hope that was not too confusing, okay? That was pretty simple until here. You have to test which value is valid. This one is not valid because log cannot take negative value. Then we can only use this one for your value of this. Now using this, go back to your main equation to find the value of y. Okay. Now for part 3, given that x is decreasing at the rate of this, okay, so dx by dt is minus 0.5. Find the corresponding rate of change of dy. So find dy by dt when x is equal to 1. So x is equal to 1. Okay, so dy by dt is equal to what? So on top we have dy, and on the base we have dt. Now what is connected between those two? Dx is connected by those two. So this we know already, it is minus 0.5. We have to find this. So what is dy by dx at x equal to 1? So this is your dy by dx. Okay, this is, replace the value of 1, you will have 2e power 2 minus 2e minus 2. Okay, that will be your dy by dx. So we can solve this. 2e power square minus 2 e power minus 2. That is 14.5. Okay, so from this we can just replace in the equation. Dy by dt is 14.5 times minus 0.5 because it is decreasing at the rate, times minus 0.5, that will be minus 7.25. That is dy by dt, units per second. That will be your answer for question part 3 of number 10. Let's move on to our final question, question number 11. So answer only one of those two, but obviously we're going to do both in this paper, right? Now the diagram shows part of a curve. This is your curve y is equal to 9x squared minus x cubed. That is this curve, right? Now it meets with the x-axis at the point O and also at the point A. Okay, so we have 2 points here where it meets the x-axis. Now we have a straight line which passes through A, this point, and meets the y-axis at the point B. Okay, let's see what else do we need to find. So part 1, show that for x is more than 0, so for this part, right, this equation is less than 108, less or equal to than this. So first is, what is this thing? So observe, right, this is equal to y, right? So we have to show that y is less than 108, which means for this region we have to find that the maximum value is less or equal to than 108. So this maximum point right here, we want to show it is 108 for the value of y. So let's do that. So okay, so we have the equation of the curve already. We know that it is given to us by y is equal to 9x squared minus x cubed. Now how do you find the maximum point? You would say at maximum point we know that dy by dx is equal to 0. So we have to find dy by dx from this. That will be equal to what? 18x minus 3x squared. Now we have to equate that to 0. Now we can factorize x outside and factorize 3. You will have 6 minus x equal to 0. So one value will be x equal to 0 and x is equal to 6. So at those 2 points we will have your stationary point, but as you can see, this point here as x equal to 0, it is your minimum point, and the max point will be afterwards, which is at this value. So basically at max point we'll have to be having this because this one is your minimum point. So what is the value of y for this? Now y is equal to 9 6 squared minus 6 cubed. So hopefully that should give you 108. Let's have a look. 9 times 36 minus 6 power 3, that should be, yep, 108. So from this you have shown that y, which is 9x squared minus x power 3, is less or equal to than 108 for x is more than 0. So you have shown this part. Pretty easy, right? Now the next part is to find the area of this region bounded by the curve and the line AB and the y-axis. So basically we have to find this area. As you can see from your main question, you will see the area you need to find is this one. So this, right, this area but also this one. So you have to find two parts for your area that is required. So let's call this one A and call this one B. So how do you find area of A? So first you have to find this point, and then you have to integrate for the area under the curve for this one. So let's do this. First, let's find area of A. A is, so we have to first find this point. What is the point A? So let's find that. We have equation of line is given by y equal to 2x minus 18. So at x-axis, because that's where the point A is, we know the value of y is 0. Replace x will be equal to 9. Okay, so basically the point A is 9 and 0. That is your point A. So from here we have realized this is 0 and this is your point 9. So to find the area of A, we have to integrate your curve, which is 9x power 2 minus x power 3 dx between 9 and 0 according to your graph. So between 9 and 0 for that area of A. Okay, that is the first part. Now this is pretty straightforward. We can just integrate, so that will be 9. 9 is only a multiple. X, we have 2, we have to add 1 and divide by the same number power. Then minus x, that was 3, we have to add 1 and divide by the power. Now the limits will be these two, 9, 0. So for the first one, let's replace. You will have, this will become 3. X power 3, that will be 9 cubed minus 9 power 4 divided by 4. So let's see what we get. So minus, this will be 0, right? So 3 times 9 power 3 minus 9 power 4. So let's do one by one. So this is the first part, which is 2187 minus 9 power 4 divided by 4. That should be 1640.25. So 2187 minus answer, that should be area of A. 546.75, that is your area of A. Okay, so now next part is we have to find the area of this B. We know this is A, which is 9, which means, so if you have a look, what does this area of B looks like? It looks like a triangle, right? And how do you find area of triangle? You will say half times base times height, right? The base, as you can see, it is from 0 to 9, so the base is 9. Now, what is the height? We have to find this height. To find the height, we have to find the coordinates of B. So at the point B, it is on your y-axis, so you would say that. To find the area of B, let me use a different color. So B, we have to find the point B. The point B is on your y-axis. At y-axis, the value of x is equal to 0. Now we use the line because the line cuts the y-axis at the point B. The line is y 2x minus 18. When x is equal to 0, the value of y is equal to minus 18, right? So now go back to this one. It means that this one here is equal to minus 18. So, but the length, the height, we don't look at minus, the height is only 18, right? So the area of B will be half times 9 times height, which is 18. So let's do that. Area of part B will be area of triangle, half times base times height. That will be 81. So finally, from this you will have area of your region. So area of shaded region will be area of A plus area of B. That will be 546.75 plus 81. So that plus 81, that should give you 627 3/4, or you can write 627.75 units square for the area of that region. So that will be for the first part. Now let's move on to this one. So this one is, as you can see, the diagram shows part of the curve y equal to 2 sine 3x. That is your curve given to you. And we have a normal to the curve at y at this point. This is the normal to the point, to the curve at this point. Normal means at right angle, okay, and meets the y-axis at the point P. So the question is to find the coordinates of the point P. Okay, so let's do that. So let's go back to on this page. So basically we have to find the point P, right? So how would you find the point P? So by observation, you will see that the point P is this line intersecting with your y-axis. So we first have to find the equation of the normal and then find your point P. Now, how do you find equation of normal? So let's write this down. The curve that we know is y equal to 2 sine 3x. Now, to find equation of normal, which is a straight line, we first need to find the gradient of normal. So, but to first find the gradient of normal, we first have to find the gradient of tangent. Now, this is equal to dy by dx at the point given to you at x equal to pi by 9. So, x is equal to pi by 9. We have to find dy by dx at this point. But first, if x is equal to this, what is the value of y? Okay, y will be 2 sine 3 times x. Let's see, what do we get? That will be in terms of radians. So 2 sine 3 times pi by 9. That will be 1.73. But if you want exact values, we can also do that. So that is just square root of something. So let's check. So what do we know about pi? Pi is 180 divided by 9 times 3. That will be 60. So sine of 60 is what? So sine of 60 degrees, 2. That will be root 3 over 2 times 2. That should be root 3. So let's check. So sine of 60 in terms of degrees, that should be this divided by 2. Sorry, that is basically root 3 divided by 2, right? So let's try. So root 3 divided by 2 should give you the same answer. Yeah, that is right, times 2. That should give you this, which is root 3. Sorry, root 3 is this one. So this answer is root 3. That is for exact value. But if you cannot find this, that's okay. You can use decimal as well. It should be okay. So for this one, so basically the point that we have on the curve is pi by 9 and root 3. Okay. Now next step is we have to find the gradient of tangent, dy by dx at this point. So we know y. Let's find dy by dx. So dy by dx is equal to 2 cos 3x times 3. That will be 6 cos 3x. Now we have to find this value at x equal to this value. So basically, so at x equal to pi by 9, dy by dx is equal to what? 6 cos 3 times pi by 9. Let's see, what do we get? So 6 cos 3 times, let's use radians, pi over 9. That should be 3. So here we have it, dy by dx at this point is 3, which is the gradient of tangent is 3. So from this we can find gradient of normal. So from this we have gradient of normal is equal to minus 1 over 3. So now since we have the gradient already, we can use the point that we just found. It is pi over 9 and this. So we have this point, we can find equation of normal, right? Since we know the gradient and the point, we can find the equation. This is your x, this is your y. So y minus root 3 over x minus this, it is equal to minus 1 over 3. Now from this, cross multiply, you will have 3y minus 3 root 3 equal to x minus pi by 9. Minus here, minus plus. Right. Now 3y is equal to minus x plus pi by 9 plus 3 root 3. Now this is your equation of your normal, but this is not the main question. It's to find the point P at the y-axis. So as we know, at y-axis the value of x is 0. So find the value of y. That will be 3y is equal to this plus this root 3. So y will be this divided by 3. That will become pi over 27 plus root 3. That will be your value of y. So the point P, you can write this exactly, is 0 and pi by 27 plus root 3 for your exact value. If you want to, you can also make this become a decimal. That's okay as well. Now this is the first part. Now for part 2, find the area of the region shaded, bounded by the curve, the normal and the y-axis. So in the question, it asks you to find this area. But if you observe, this area is an area of a right angle triangle, right? So how would you find this area? So we have to find the height and the base. Or if you want to, we can do this otherwise. I think it's easier that way. You can first find the area of the bigger shape. The big one is what? Is this. This is a trapezium. As you can see, the whole area is area of a trapezium, with these two sides as parallel sides, and this is your perpendicular height. So how would you find area of trapezium? You would say half times sum of parallel sides, this side and this side, and then times the height. So what is this side? So we just found P. So the point P has a value of y with this value. Let's change this to decimal place so it's easier to work with. So we have pi over 27 plus root 3. That should be 1.8484. Let's use this value for your value of this. So this height will be 1.8484 plus, what is this height? So we have to find this value, right? To find this height, we have to find the y value of this for x equal to pi by 9. As you have seen, we have seen that here already. So for this, we have this as your value of y. So this height here is root 3. So plus root 3. And then from this, we have to multiply by the perpendicular height, which is pi by 9. So that is your first part. So first part here, we have to basically, the whole area was area of trapezium, which is half times sum of parallel sides. So one was 1.8484 plus root 3, and the height was pi by 9. That's the whole area. Let's see what we get. Half times 1.8484 plus root 3 times pi by 9. That should be 0.6249 for the whole area. Now next step is to find area under this curve between those two. So let's do that. So unwanted area, which is area under the curve, which is, we have to do integration from the point pi by 9 to 0 of the curve to sine 3x with respect to x. That will be, 2 is only a multiple, we can leave it outside. Sine become minus cos 3x divided by 3. Should be minus cos, okay? So between pi by 9 and 0. So let's replace the values. Let's see what we get. You will get minus 2 over 3 times cos 3 times pi by 9 minus 2 over 3 cos of 0. So let's use radians for that. So let's solve this one first. So cos of 3 times pi by 9, that should be 0.5. So minus 2 over 3 times 0.5 minus, that become plus 2 over 3. What is cos of 0? Cos of 0 should give you 1. So 1. So let's see what value do we get. So this times this. If you can see, we can just take this one out. You will have minus 0.5 plus 1. That will be 2 over 3 times 0.5. So 2 over 3 times 0.5, that should be 1 over 3. That is the unwanted area. So finally, area of of shaded region, that should be the whole area minus the unwanted area. So 0.6249 minus 1 over 3. So 0.6249 minus answer, that should be 0.292 units square. Okay, that will be your area that we need to find. But of course, if you always want to, okay, this was not a triangle. I made a mistake here. The thing is that this is not a straight line. Yes, so remember that because this one is a curve, so it would not be area of a triangle. So I apologize for this. This is your height, yes, but we cannot use that because it is not a straight line, it was a curve. So it cannot be triangle. We can only do this by this way, which is first find the whole area, which is a trapezium, with these two as your parallel sides, and this is your height in between for the area of trapezium. And then we have to minus this area that we don't need, which is area under the curve, which is between those two. So okay, from this you will have this answer, and that will be your question number 11. So that was the last question. I hope that was somewhat helpful. As always, thank you for watching. I will see you soon.